Kubernetes and GKE Part 34. This episode has 2 questions. For each question, take a moment to think through your own answer before I share a strong approach. Question 1. Explain metric server. Here's a strong way to approach it. Metric server is a lightweight, cluster-wide component in Kubernetes that collects and exposes real-time resource usage metrics, CPU and memory from nodes and pods. It is mainly used for auto-scaling decisions, HPA, and basic cluster monitoring. Core idea: metric server provides how much CPU and memory is being used right now for pods and nodes. Why metric server is used: it helps Kubernetes enable horizontal pod autoscaler. HPA provide live resource usage data support. Kubectl top commands monitor cluster load at a basic level. What metric server collects: 1. Node metrics, CPU usage, memory usage. 2. Pod metrics, CPU usage per pod, memory usage per pod. What it does not do: metric server does not store or provide historical data. Long-term monitoring. Detailed Kubernetes object state for that you use kubestate metrics. Prometheus. How it works: 1. Metric server queries kubelet on each node. 2. Kubelet collects metrics from cAdvisor. 3. Metric server aggregates data. 4. Exposes metrics via Kubernetes API. Architecture: pods or nodes. Kubelet cAdvisor metric server Kubernetes API. Example usage: 1. Kubectl top commands. Kubectl top node output: Node 1 250 meters CPU 60% memory. Node 2 180 meters CPU 45% memory. Kubectl top pod output: Ginx pod 50 meters CPU 30 miles memory. Role in autoscaling. HPA metric server provides data for HPA checks CPU or memory usage, scales pods up or down. Example: target CPU 50% current CPU 80% HPA, scales out pods. Key features: lightweight, low resource usage, real-time metrics, cluster-wide aggregation required for HPA based on CPU or memory. Metric server versus kubestate metrics. Feature: metric server kubestate metrics. Data type: resource usage, object state, source kubelet or cAdvisor. Kubernetes API: CPU or memory. Check mark yes, cross mark no. Historical data: cross mark no, cross mark no. Used for HPA. Kubectl top monitoring or alerts. Simple analogy: think of Kubernetes cluster equals office, metric server equals live CCTV, showing who is working hard right now. CPU or memory usage. Kubestate metrics equals HR system, showing employee status: present, absent, assigned. Why it is important: enables autoscaling. HPA cannot work without it. Helps debug performance issues quickly. Provides real-time visibility into workloads. Limitations: no historical metrics, no advanced analytics, short retention window, just current state. Not a full monitoring solution. Best practices: always deploy metric server in production clusters. Use Prometheus plus Grafana for full observability. Combine with kubestate metrics for complete visibility. Ensure kubelet RBAC permissions are correctly configured. Interview ready. Definition: metric server is a lightweight Kubernetes component that collects real-time CPU and memory usage metrics from nodes and pods via kubelet and cAdvisor, exposing them through the Kubernetes metrics API to support autoscaling, HPA and basic cluster monitoring. Nice. Let's continue. Question 2. What is kubectl exec? Here's a strong way to approach it. Kubectl exec is a command used to run a command inside a running container in a pod in Kubernetes. Core idea: kubectl exec lets you enter a running container and execute commands inside it. It is mainly used for debugging, troubleshooting, and inspection. Why kubectl exec is used: it helps you inspect running applications, debug issues inside containers, check logs or files, or config inside a pod, run administrative commands in containers. Basic syntax: kubectl exec